I'm so mad. I did this entire video and then I realized my camera was off. So mad. Hi everybody, Rita here. I'm going to be doing the Unpopular Opinions book tag. I was tagged by Jay and I will link his video down below. You guys should definitely watch it. He kind of failed at it and it's really funny. I love him to death though. He's really, really nice. He's got great stuff on his channel and you should definitely check him out. But on to the questions. Question 1 is a popular book or series that you didn't like. For this one, I did Fallen by Lauren Kate. I hated the main character, Luce. I thought she was just completely dumb, made stupid decisions. She just didn't understand what was happening, which made me not understand what was happening. The writing was very slow paced, and I couldn't get into it. I finished it because I was like, it's gotta get better, right? And it gets interesting during the end, but you're still completely confused on what's happening. And she still is just completely lost. And I'm like, there's no answers. Like, you really don't get a whole lot of answers in this book, I felt like. So I just didn't like it at all. I'm not going to continue with the series. Question 2 is a popular book or series that everybody seemed to hate but you love. I know a lot of people like this series, but I also know a lot of people really don't like this series, and it is The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and I love this series. I don't know what it is. Her writing style is a little bit different. It took me a while to get used to, and I know that's another issue for people, but I mean, I like the cliches in it. Maybe that's just me. I mean, I know that's a big reason why a lot of people don't like it, is the tropes and the cliches, but I like it. I don't know. I actually use this as a basis to judge other books, where I'm like, did I like that better than Red Queen? Or did I like that less than Red Queen? I kind of tend to do that a lot, actually. I haven't finished King's Cage, so I really need to do that, but so far, I really enjoy the series. I love it so much. Question 3 is a love triangle where the main character ended up with someone that you did not want them to end up with. For me, it's the Christian trilogy. I know a lot of other people also agree with me that the ending of this is so unsatisfying because, spoilers, Alina ends up with Mal, and I hate Mal. I think he's just a horrible person. I don't understand his character. I think he's really annoying and whiny, and I felt like the beginning they were, decent and they like paired really well together, and then in the end they just changed so much that I was just like, why are you guys even together? I don't get it. But I really wanted her to be with Prince Nikolai. I loved him. I loved Prince Nikolai. He was one of my favorite characters, and I was just really disappointed in the ending of this one. Just very unsatisfying. Question 4 is a popular book genre that you hardly reach for, and for me, I like a lot of fiction genres, so it would have to be more of the nonfiction type, and specifically history, not ancient history, because I love learning about that, but more of like, I don't know, mainly U.S. history. I just feel like I'm back in school. If it's not written well, I just can't stand it. I love historical fiction. Nonfiction history is just very boring for me, and I don't like it. Question 5 is a popular or beloved character that you did not like. So I really didn't like Princess Edelyn from The Heir by Kira Cass. I don't like her at all. She's very spoiled, she's very whiny, she's very self-centered, and I just cannot stand her character. I know that she, has a character build and she ends up growing and understanding, but at that point, at the point where she actually started changing, I just didn't even care about her character anymore. I was like, yeah, cool, whatever, I don't really care about you. I actually focused mainly on the boys that were in her selection. I was more invested in them than it was her at that point, and yeah, it was the only reason why I read the last book, because I wanted to know what happened with them. I'm sorry if that makes anybody angry. I know that Edelyn is a very beloved character, but I don't like her. Question 6 is a popular author that you can't seem to get into. So the author I can't get into is Ruth Ware. She's very popular, and I just can't stand this book. I just can't get into her writing. I'm not sure why, but no. Question 7 is a popular book trope that you're tired of seeing. And I know a lot of tropes that people tend to really hate, like the classic princess that disappears or gets kidnapped or needs rescuing. I actually like those because I like a lot of the classic kind of fairy tale fable type of books. So those, I mean, as long as they don't make the girl look completely stupid and helpless, I really like those. But there's one that really bothers me. It's basically where the majority of the men in the books are just trying to get to the same girl, and it's usually the main character, and so they're all fighting each other over her, and it just really pisses me off. I'm not sure why, but I hate it when it happens. For me, it's just so overdone, and I just can't deal with it. An example of this is Moon Call by Patricia Briggs. I'm sorry if you like this. This is actually a good book, but the main thing that I really just didn't settle with me was the fact that multiple men are all after her, and they all want her, and they're all fighting for her and over her, and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm not going to finish this series. I just can't do it. I don't know. I feel like it's maybe just unrealistic. I don't know exactly why it bothers me so much. If it bothers you too, definitely let me know, because I hope that I'm not the only one that this happens to when you read these kinds of things, but I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Number 8 is a popular series that you have no interest in reading, and for me that is Twilight. Just not interested in Twilight. The whole Twilight scene happened before I got into YA and back into reading, and so I just missed it, and I really don't care to go and read it. I know it's a huge series that a lot of people have read and loved. I watched some of the movies and I enjoyed the movies. I'm not huge on vampires. I'm not quite sure what it is, but just vampire, I don't know. Maybe it's the more supernaturally stuff I'm not really big on. I do love the show Supernatural, but books, I'm not a huge fan of it. So Twilight doesn't really strike my fancy, so I probably will never read that one. Question 9 is, the saying goes, the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show adaptation did you prefer over the book? I really love The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings movies. Those movies are epic and amazing. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Tolkien's writing. I love his books. Those are some of my favorite books, but he can be a little wordy in Lord of the Rings, and then some of the stuff in The Hobbit I wish he had explained more on. So in the movies, they actually took out a lot of the crazy stuff that he just is over detailed with in Lord of the Rings, and they expanded a lot of the stuff that I really wanted to know about in The Hobbit. That made me love the movies, but also I love the fact that you can actually see Tolkien's world and characters in front of you instead of trying to picture them. I mean, you can just see the world, and I think they picked the best location. Love New Zealand, and I thought they did a great job with the casting, and so for me it just kind of made the world more real, and I really just enjoyed watching those. It ends on a weird number, it ends on 9, so I'm going to do another question for 10, but it's not going to be a question for myself this time. I'm going to do a question for you guys. Is there a character that everybody else seemed to hate but you actually really enjoyed and you loved? Let me know down below. These questions were really hard, and I had quite a time trying to figure the answers out, so hopefully that's not too hard of a question, but I'm really curious to see what you guys say. Alright, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like the video, and I will see you soon. Bye!